Snowflakes in July. The ravine was beautiful on that day that I thought the world ended. White fluffy clouds dotted the bright blue sky, and a shallow river meandered through the ravine. Some other people enjoyed the sights and sounds of the river rippling over the rocks in the park, and hills flanked both sides of the ravine. And looking up, I thought I saw what looked like large snowflakes, but some were blue and some were red. Blinking, not wanting to believe it, I shook my head and dismissed it, because it was July. And sitting on a rock, I started to breathe deeply and go into meditation. A light breezed past me. I felt calm, comfortable, and at peace with myself and nature. Then I opened my eyes and looked across the ravine, seeing a family on the other side of the river. The young couple had 2 children. Puzzled, the father scratched his thick hair and shrugged, flapping his arms on his legs. He appeared to be lost. His heavy-set wife got upset. "What are we doing here? What are we going to do, Wayne? We're lost." The little boy and girl tugged on their shorts. I really wasn't paying much attention to them when I heard Wayne, the father, speak. "Let's ask her." He was pointing right at me, and he stomped right through the river towards me. And looking at him, I noticed his face was fading in and out and becoming lighter. "How do we get out of here?" He flapped his arms, disgusted and tired. And sitting up straight, I looked around, not realizing how I did get there. I couldn't remember. Then we all looked around for a way up and out of the ravine that we were in. We found a small path that led up around the rocky hill. The snowflakes started to fall again all over the area and getting faster and thicker. And standing up at the top of the hill, we noticed many people running around the trees in the campground. Holding their heads in pain, they screamed in panic. The snowflakes melted right into the people's heads and bodies. And a few people were completely covered with the flakes, which then formed into a transparent purple substance and encased so that they couldn't move. It was like a cocoon. And inside that cocoon, I could see their eyes with blank stares. And stunned, Wayne's family and I watched everyone else in terror. The snowflakes must have been some sort of entity or parasite, maybe a virus. A lot of people, including children, were fleeing from the downpour. The entities were small but very powerful. Most people stiffened as they became cocooned. And looking up, I saw the snowflakes floating down and sticking to the people, then melting, forming into a purple cocoon. And gasping, I quickly pulled my hoodie sweatshirt over my head and took off running, trying to keep up with Wayne's family. Everyone ran through the woods and campsites to a resort lodge that wasn't far away. And I heard all the screams. "Oh my God," they were yelling. "What's happening? What is this? God help us," people were yelling and screaming. More people came from different directions towards the lodge. Gulping, I noticed people's hands, arms, legs, and heads were melting. Sweating and breathing hard, my heart raced, and tears came to my eyes. Everyone headed for the front door of the lodge and fought to get inside. I didn't dare look around at the people encased around me. The screams were painful, and they held their ears. Then Wayne's family and I got shoved along with the crowd and stumbled through the door. Then a few people slammed the door shut and barred it. The living room was filled with everyone scared out of their wits, trembling, and in confused panic. Through the large window, we saw people fighting and pounding on the door and then the windows. Their faces melted. It looked like their bodies became lighter and transparent, and you could see through the cocoons. I noticed a few people were feeling very comfortable, and I could see through their transparent bodies. They tried to calm the other people. The snowflake entities floated down into the people and affected them. And we were all inside looking around at each other. We all thought we had been invaded by an alien force. Amid the crying and the screaming, the people inside discussed what was going on. They were all huddled together. They even tried the computer and the TVs. But nothing happened. Parents tried to comfort the crying and trembling children. I slid to the floor, leaning back on the sofa filled with people. The pounding on the outside walls was loud. I felt tears in my eyes and I couldn't stop shaking. Wayne and his family were sitting near me, and Wayne's face was fading in and out. Then I noticed someone across the room. Nice looking in his 40s, he had a calm manner about him. He tried to calm everyone down. It was a tight squeeze with so many people in the room. Many of them were starting to melt and become transparent, becoming much lighter. But the transfer was much slower being inside. The man stood out from anyone else. His face had a greenish tinge to it, and then I noticed his reptilian eyes, vertical yellowish pupils. Some people tugged on him to get his attention. He had this tube-like wand in his hand, and he put it to a person's chest and moved it up and down like he was pulling the entities from the person. And it did work. The red and blue entities came out of them and dissipated. Stay calm, he advised everyone, and didn't blink at all. Watching him, I kept repeating to myself in my mind, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. I felt sick to my stomach and couldn't stop shaking. He stepped towards me with his wand. Who are you? I asked him. And I gulped hard. I'm okay, I'm okay. He put the wand on my shoulder. The vibration from it felt warm and soothing. But I didn't feel any different. I didn't think I was infected. Then I noticed my right hand started to fade. My last 3 fingers were transparent, and I could see through my fingers. It's okay, he told me. Take it easy. It's just, oh no! I screamed at the top of my voice. Panicking, I jumped up, shoving people out of my way. I had to get out of there. Looking around, I had to leave. And pushing the people away, I ran around the house. I looked in the bathroom and noticed an open window. So with my hoodie in hand, I slammed at it a couple times and got it off, crawled out, and stumbled to the ground. And rolling over, I looked up and looking around. Where did I park my car? My mind was all almost numb. I looked around, covering my head with my hoodie, and started running through with the flakes falling around me. Apparently, they couldn't get to me through the heavy sweatshirt. Running around, I noticed my blue Honda and the little camper behind it. Digging in my pocket, I got my keys out and dropped them. Grabbing up my keys, I turned, seeing some people getting in the window. I got out. Puffing so hard, I felt my heart skip beats. And gulping, I jumped in my car, turned it around, and speeded out of the campground. And out of the window, the flakes continued to fall everywhere. I had to turn on my windshield wipers. Then the next thing, I remember I got downtown into the small city, driving around in the streets. The people wandered all over. Some of them were completely cocooned. I could see through them. They were so much lighter. What was going on? Their eyes were in awe and didn't know what was happening to them. I didn't know where to go, and I looked at my empty gas gauge. Then I noticed it. My right hand and arm was transparent. I could see right through my leg to the car seat. My right leg started to become lighter, and so did my left leg. I didn't realize that my backseat window was open, just a crack, and a blue flake floated in, coming towards me. I screamed, and I woke up from the dream in my own bed. And then I noticed a voice inside me told me that the people were not deformed, but reborn along with Mother Earth. The good snowflake entities were here to help us rearrange our DNA, RNA, and chakras. The blue flakes were male energies, and the red flakes were female energies that had to be balanced in everyone. And the more negativity a person had, the more that it hurt. And then I asked myself, why was I so closed-minded and afraid of the unknown? And I realized that the man was the villain, not the snowflakes. I hope you enjoyed this story. There's more waiting for you at the following websites. Thanks for watching.